Hello, everyone. Is my microphone working? Yes, it is. Welcome to Code with Italians. Today, at least my microphone works.
Italian. Today,
Yeah.
at least my microphone works.
I can hear myself from your microphone, John, from your speakers.
Your microphone, John.
Oh no.
Yay!
So I should probably change those settings, huh?
Yes, please.
I should probably change those settings.
Super Sam.
Yes.
Where do
In the meantime, I have muted you on the stream so people don't hear me twice.
One is enough, Sebastiano. One is enough.
Yes, one Seb is enough to break shit. Now I can claim I've remotely broken something somewhere. So, it's very distracting to hear myself back while I'm speaking, but... okay, so today we're going to be talking about screenshot testing. We've had given it a try sometime, I think it was earlier this year, before summer for sure. The problem was that we tried to use Shot to get screenshot testing, but we found out the hard way that it didn't support Windows. I think it does now. To be fair, we have not tried. We haven't had time to try it. But what we're going to try today is we're going to try and see if we can use Paparazzi instead. And for that, we have with us John, who is the lead maintainer on Paparazzi. And while you can imagine in your head the elevator music while the settings are being fixed on John's side. In the meantime, before we proceed, Ivan, do you want to do the Ivan thing?
Yes. Excuse me. So, welcome to another episode and another moment where I try to upsell shit on our stream. So, jokes aside, thank you for the support. We have a lot of people subscribing on Twitch, and you can do it for free if you have an Amazon Prime subscription. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat in a moment, and you can also support the show buying our merch. If you like my t-shirt, you can buy it on the store, and we also have a coffee page where you can pick one of the tiers that you can subscribe and supporting us on a monthly basis automatically. We have a tier for everyone that wants to support the channel. A couple of tiers are also allowing you to join the private Discord server where we announce things a bit earlier. You get some preview. You can reach out to me and Seb privately if you want, and you can also reach out to the guests that we have after the show while Seb creates the thumbnail for YouTube. We have a very intimate, informal chat just for the subscribers for the bruschetta tier and above. So pick your choice, and again, thank for the support. We are usually running giveaways. You are basically have chances to win the Angry Pizza sticker, and if you are one of our supporters, you also get the holo sticker that you cannot buy on the store. And probably you're hearing a crying baby. Yes, I'm a father. So no surprise there. The baby is still there. So that's how I roll. And it's dinner time, so don't worry. And yeah, this is it. So Sebastiano, I guess my part is done.
Perfect. Okay, so I think I can finally unmute John, and let's see how it goes. John, do you want to introduce yourself while I try to figure out why you're very zoomed in right now?
No worries. Okay. Yeah, my name is John Rodriguez. I work at Block Inc. formerly Square, on the CashApp project. And I've been at the company for about 7 years now. And as Ivan mentioned, I'm the lead maintainer of Paparazzi.
So I think maybe a good place to start is talking about Paparazzi itself. What is it and why was it needed? Like, what was the reason why you folks started working on it?
For sure. The inspiration came during a hack week where Jesse Wilson and I basically realized that Android Studio had embedded basically the thing that drives Layout Inspector in Android Studio was consolidated in a jar called Layout Lib. And we wanted to see, hey, can we repurpose this for something where we can run screenshot tests on a JVM? Previous to that, we were doing screenshot testing, but using the Facebook screenshot plugin, and that it was great. It served us well, but what we had to do is people who've used the plugin realized is that we had to still build an APK, and we had to deal with our dagger graph and just get our views set up in a way where we could take a screenshot of it on device or on emulator. And when it works, but the on-ramp to doing that on a per view basis was just a bit much. And so what happened is we had only a handful of screenshots. And what we wanted was a full coverage, a full suite of snapshots that we could take at any point in the app without having to bear that cost.
Got it. So I think what you've touched on is the peculiar aspect of Paparazzi is that, as far as I know, is the only way you can actually run screenshot tests without a device. That's a pretty big selling point, I would say.
For sure.
So that means that you can run screenshot tests on a CI without having to spin up an emulator, for example.
Yep, and that's exactly what we do. We don't only run the snapshots locally during development mode to ensure that everything looks the way we want, but on every PR, on CI, we run the verify task that Paparazzi provides on every module that currently has screenshots enabled. So at this point, we're in the thousands of screenshots, different permutations, light mode, dark mode, accessibility, font tests. And this is important because you may not always want to just screenshot your full screen. You might want to screenshot a widget, and that, like, your primary action button might be in thousands of screens on an app, and you're just tweaking one little thing, and you want to make sure you didn't break 1,000 screens, so you have to run it on all of them.
Right. And yeah, being able to do that without going insane is a pretty big value add as well.
Yep.
So even just put the link to the Paparazzi repo on the chat.
Yep, for sure.
And so I think what we're going to do today, as always, we have scripted this episode very, very precisely to the dot. As in, we've decided 2 minutes before going live what we were going to do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try and add Paparazzi to bundle, see if we can take screenshots. And I guess this is what we were discussing earlier with John. This is interesting because to him it's a new project. He's never seen bundle before. He has seen Paparazzi. He's never seen bundle before, and we're gonna see what we need to do to put Paparazzi into a code base that was never thought to be including it. Because
live coding, what could go wrong? Yeah,
it's fine. If things break. At this point, it's official. It's always my fault, so don't worry. It's okay.
I know the feeling.
Okay, so let me know when you're ready. I can share your screen with everyone.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so your screen is now visible.
Cool.
Can you increase the font size? That's the only thing I would ask you.
Yep, absolutely. Did the key map change? I'm doing Command Plus, and it's
no, just go to the settings if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Should be Command Comma and then editor. Oh, you can just type font. That also works.
Yeah.
Perfect. Put, yeah,
that better?
18. Yeah, 18 is fine. Okay, perfect. So for people that don't know, that haven't been with us, because we haven't really used this code base for quite some time now, Bundle is an app that we started developing live. The point of Bundle is it's a digital well-being app that will, during the times that you tell it, will hide the notifications that you get and just show them to you every 15 minutes. So it works kind of like a Pomodoro timer for your notifications, trying to keep you from being distracted all the time. That's not too relevant for what we're going to do today, but just so that you have a vague understanding of what we are looking at. Okay, so what is
All
the
right.
first step now? What do we
So
do?
one thing I'm noticing is it's all in one module, the app module, which is fine. And this is where I have to put one of the gotchas of Paparazzi at the moment due to just early design that we haven't figured out yet, is that Paparazzi only works in Android library modules. They don't work in app modules. For a brief, I don't want to bore people with deep details, but the main reason for it is because right now the way that we get the transitive set of resources, so like you run Paparazzi in a module, you not only want the resources in that module, but also all the downstream modules, whether they're local project modules or they're resources bundled in external AARs. You want all of them, right? And so right now, Paparazzi kind of uses a hack from the Android Gradle plugin where it looks in build intermediates, merge resources. And for Android library modules, that merged resources file is text. It's a huge merge of XML. In app modules, because I guess the idea is that then it's going to be packaged into an AAB or an APK, that merged resources is in a proto format. And we haven't like reverse engineered the proto format. We figured let's not do that. What we really want to do is instead not look inside build intermediates. In fact, that's not what Android Studio does. Android Studio and Layout Inspector, because Layout Inspector lives in the IDE, it kind of cheats and uses the IntelliJ PSI model to figure out those transitive resources based on the source sets in source main res, source debug res. And so because it doesn't use the build intermediates hack, it doesn't have to worry about app versus library. It's always using the source res text format anyway. That's where Paparazzi wants to go. It's not there yet. So the workaround right now is now we need to move this into a, we need to move whatever it is that we want to test into a separate views module. And I know that's not very satisfying to some at the moment, but that's fine. Well, it's a demo app. We'll do it.
It's fine.
Yeah,
We'll survive.
Yeah, exactly. My library. Thanks, Android Studio, for all this unnecessary bloat.
I don't understand why it adds that stuff. To be honest.
Well, actually, I don't mind that it adds it. I mind that when it has that checkbox at the very beginning, and I uncheck it, it still does it.
Oh, that sounds like a bug. Let me write it down.
Okay.
I'm taking notes now.
Cool. I like it. All right. So help me out here, Sebastian, with your project setup. So your manifest. I might also be getting some lag right now. The request for this plugin cannot be satisfied because what?
Because the plugin is already on the class, but oh yeah, just put an apply false or something. Or copy paste the plugin structure from the app.
My screen is frozen right now, actually.
I think Studio must have frozen.
Studio's like, what's going on?
Like I never allowed you to create a library module. Ah, here it is.
Yeah.
Good things come to those who wait.
All right, so let's move ahead. Here we go. Well, that's what I wanted to confirm is there. So my library, we don't need the README. Oh, I see. I don't know why it thought that was a good idea to add. This is why sometimes I just create the module directly on the file system. I don't know what made me decide to do the module. at the moment. Let's see what's actually changed. So we have a manifest. We have this fake unit test that doesn't really matter, but it's fine. And then all this stuff. So this is where you could help come in with the how do you form your KTS files. We just want to basically get the Paparazzi plugin. So you probably have you're using the TOML format. Is that right?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so let's excuse the fact I'm not doing alphabetical order.
Ah!
all right. There we go.
Thank you. If it
What do you,
are you adding the plugin or the dependencies?
Yeah,
The
we're gonna
plugin, yeah, plugin
Yep.
goes there. Oh, we still have the shot plugin. We don't need it anymore, but
that's fine. I leave that exercise to the reader. Okay, and might need a plugin there. I forget, and then we'll just copy because or be live coding without a little bit of workaround. Cool.
So I like the fact that we are recording this because now we have also a nice example of how long it will take to integrate the library in a new project. And being someone that worked on SDKs, there was always a lot of interest and obsession to be below 30 minutes, that up and running below 30 minutes. So I'm very curious.
I like you just set a benchmark for me, Ivan.
No. I'm actually just reporting what's the industry benchmark is. I'm not setting the bench. I'm joking, but no, but this is actually this is a legit question because most of the time you spike things like this, and if you have a quick integration time, you can play with the library for like a day because it just took you like 30 minutes to integrate the library. And you can get a lot of stuff done in 8 hours.
100%. Okay, so
let's see if it syncs.
Yeah, I'm trying to sync. And this is where my lack of familiarity of the project will come in. It doesn't like this.
Yeah, we don't have it defined anywhere. I think you have to add it to the TOML.
The Android?
Android app we have. Android library I don't think we have.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Where is that? Boom. Okay.
Perfect. And now
we want to use that notation.
That should be alias libs.plugins.android.
I see.
Library.
Your Windows covering. We only need these two, yeah?
Yep.
And so boom, we call this library. And then we also want Paparazzi. Cool. Let's try it again. This is done SDK 33. I'm actually working on that as of this week. So while this syncs and hopefully passes, currently, like today, 1.1 does not support API 33. There's a workaround to run Paparazzi on API 32. Why doesn't it support it? Well, because Paparazzi is heavily dependent on layoutlib. Layoutlib is part of Studio, and the Studio release cycle and the Android Gradle plugin release cycle are in lockstep. And so currently Paparazzi is using Chipmunk's layoutlib. We are in the midst of literally now migrating to Dolphin. But API 33 support is as of Electric Eel, which is in beta. Typically, we don't dog food betas because we didn't want Paparazzi to have the same release beta and canary channels that like the Studio team follows. But given the fact that Electric Eel is the first appearance of 33, we're going to make an exception because people want to move to 33. So that's my mission for this week. But people will see a workaround at the moment that we'll have to use because it's not done yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're making progress. We're downloading some dependencies. That's cool. For some reason, updating indices is always paused.
Because Gradle import is running. So while the Gradle import runs, the idea is like, well, I'm not going to do the indexing now because stuff is going to change. So it doesn't
Sure.
make sense for me to do it now. And then when Gradle is done syncing, then it will do the indexing.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so what's one thing that we want to? What's the first thing we want to try paparazziing?
I would say so. We're gonna have to extract a specific screen and put it in the library, right?
Correct. Either a composable or a view that's either a widget or a full screen. If it is a full screen, we'll have to also take all its dependencies. Like if the screen has 3 widgets, we'll need to pull the screen and the 3 widgets into.
So this is all Compose. So I guess maybe the easy one would probably be preferences because it's easy stuff.
Yep. Anyone in particular?
I think you can take the whole preferences stuff probably, at least the UI. Yeah, sure. Take the select days dialog.
Yeah, I'm fine with moving the whole thing. I just wanted to get an idea of the land. So let's just let's cut it.
Was it saying, "Are you sure"?
Yeah. Common example library. Maybe
You can also select preferences and use the move refactor, which will keep the.
Does that
package.
ever work for you? I've had mixed
Yeah.
reviews. Okay.
Seems to work.
All right. So let's just do that.
I also just realized that the main source set is Java for whatever reason,
Okay.
which is annoying me. I think it's because the template in Studio calls the source set Java instead of Kotlin.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
What do we call this new module?
My library.
My library. Let's just say it doesn't even autocomplete. I have to do the whole. You said Java, yeah?
Yep.
Start off there, and we can move it a little further down. Yeah, we want dev Sebastiano bundle. Sebastiano bundle with the before that. Delete that. Right in there. Android Studio is like, what are you doing?
Possible conflicts. I mean, we're just moving it. Should be fine, right? He said famous last wordingly.
Feature word should.
I hope this doesn't. Hopefully, this doesn't go against my 30 minutes because it's technically prep work.
I don't know. Does it count? Does it not count? At the end of the day, still.
I'm not the timekeeper. I defer to him.
Okay.
No, so there was a constraint that we talked about at the beginning. So we needed the library module. So I don't count this.
All right, you allow it.
Because there, if the README says there are requirements and you are not meeting the requirements, I can't blame the library, right?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fair.
Fair, you're very fair. Okay, I think finally conflicts.
And there were no conflicts, it looks like.
Nice. Okay. Good. All right. Now we probably should check to see that updated references, things compile, stuff like that. Good.
Yeah.
See how long that takes. Okay. Yeah, this should, for example, click on. We're probably gonna now have to update some dependencies, in the library module.
Right.
Okay, so what dependencies do we need to move over from app to here?
think
Copy all of it.
well, that's just the plugins.
That's the
just,
plugins, yeah, but I mean-
plugins. I don't think you might need Hilt and KAPT. I think
But not all of it. Okay.
it should be fine.
They're using DI in your views? No.
No, I don't think so. But there is some stuff that, like, there's the view models there. I think we've just moved as well.
Kidding. What C should I consider moving as well?
The Compose bundle for sure. Just move them all. It doesn't matter for now.
Yeah, exactly.
We are YOLOing it, as Ivan's t-shirt suggests.
Put that in the bottom.
Way of life, my friend. Way of life. Life too short.
These were auto-generated, so I'm assuming that...
It should be fine.
Are you using JUnit 5?
Yeah, YOLO.
Okay.
I know. I know you have opinions.
The reason why is I don't think we can use we can't use Paparazzi in this project. We don't support JUnit 5 at the moment.
But it's fine. We
can use JUnit 4.
But if you use, we have JUnit 5 in the other in the app module, but it doesn't matter if it's using JUnit 4 here, right?
Correct. Yeah. I'll just tease them. So here's the JUnit. I'm just gonna leave that one there. Let's sync again.
Okay, so yeah, it's the view model is the part that is.
It's still syncing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Should be fine.
What's your commands? Is it just like the usual assemble debug stuff? You don't have.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's no weird stuff, probably.
I like that disclaimer.
I mean,
what's going on?
Is it downloading the interwebs? It's probably downloading the interwebs.
This isn't just code.
I think
this
it already
is sexy
did.
Italian code.
Indexing.
Yeah. I don't know why it's importing it again, because we already imported it. I don't know. I can't say.
It's probably doing the things that it's doing because of reasons that it knows, but I don't. Sometimes I just like, it knows what it's doing. It's fine.
Luckily for us, it's a small project, so you know the whole dependency is fast.
Yeah.
Updating indexes, that's the fast part. I
this
love
is
I've never seen computing project size. I literally have no idea what that means.
It's gonna just tell you the
It's
project
big.
is big. Yeah, that's it. It's just gonna give you like a number, like
Somebody like
and you're like,
found 2 modules. Thanks.
It's like it's computing project size. It just like it scans the project and it runs a timer and then it tells you, yeah, it's more than 10 seconds. It's a big one.
It's grouping settings.gradle.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Ta-da.
This looks like progress.
Yeah.
The app is built. All right. So there was an app failure.
oh no.
Oh, the JSON thingy
I don't
there.
think about this. Yeah. Okay. So what we want to get to a point is where we can say record paparazzi debug. That's where we want to get to, right? So right now we run this. Let's see what happens. in the meantime, we can actually start writing a test. So
Yep, I am sending you the JSON on Skype. I mean,
I might,
there's
not, I might not need it, but it's good to have it just in case.
yeah. Well, I'll just put it there in case you need it later.
Thank you.
If I can find it. I have found it.
I found it.
Whoop. Okay, perfect. So, shall we get going? Are we
Yep.
running the clock now? Ivan, is this the time where you start looking at the countdown?
I mean, the integration is done. I mean, I want to see the first test now, so let's go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
So how do we do? So is it? I'm completely out of everything here. So is it a unit test? Is an Android test? Where do I put it? It's in.
It's a unit test. It's a JVM unit
Okay.
test, and so you put in the unit test folder.
Fantastic.
Yep.
That's the first thing.
First thing.
Nice.
And so we have that. We applied the Paparazzi plugin earlier. And one of the things, so why do we need the plugin? Because we need to interact with the Android Gradle plugin to get some bits. Like we mentioned, intermediate resources, we need to know platform stuff. And so there's a Gradle plugin that interacts with the Android Gradle plugin, pulls that data, and then populates the Paparazzi test task with what it needs. It also adds a dependency behind the scenes on the Paparazzi test library. So think of like a JUnit, truth, whatever analog. So that's what provides the rule. But since we already have the plugin can just apply the library for you so that you don't have to do both apply plugin Paparazzi and then test implementation Paparazzi. It seems a little superfluous. It's like a nice little convenience thing.
It's the same thing that the Kotlin plugin does, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, and so now we want to, now that we have the rule, there are some reasonable defaults, and so we're just going to say Paparazzi snapshot. And then now what's the, and let's just call this, test. The lag is killing my, my already shitty typing.
So because we are running on the JVM, then we can use the fancy test names with spaces and everything, right? Which we couldn't if we were running this on the device.
Yeah, that is correct. And in fact, if I want to do this on the command line, I'm just gonna go old school because right now we don't have I just learned there's a IntelliJ plugin. I haven't tried it out yet, but it's awesome that someone in the community created it. But in the meantime, we've been doing our Paparazzi tests solely on command line, and I can speak about that in a second. But first, I'd like to try to get a quick demo of this out. So what's a composable that you'd?
I think it's just preferences screen is the one if you want to share to test the whole screen. Otherwise, you can pick any of the dialogues, I guess. The select a dialog, for example.
Yeah, let's try this.
Okay, sure.
Who knows what'll happen? Are there any args that I need to fill that aren't? Okay, all the click listeners, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So we import that. Cool. And that is it. So let's just, I don't know why those are red, but I'm assuming that's not a problem. And let's just, why did this fail, by the way? There was an R class reference error in weekday.
Oh, so probably because it takes some, wait, what the fuck does it take in?
We'll find out.
Ah, strings. Okay, fair enough.
So where, I see. So I needed to basically move some resources out of app as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can, because we are hacking things together, you can just move the entirety of the strings file.
I can just copy it as well. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, where was it this one?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just, what's the quick way to do that? Source main, I'm just gonna do directory. So source main res / values, boom. And Does that resolve me now?
It should.
Oh, it might have to be under preferences. So let's see.
It might. I don't know what's the package you're having here. Probably easier to just do that.
Yep. Right.
Right.
And is this subset now? That shouldn't matter. Yeah. Like it looks like one of those lint errors.
Yeah, it's probably just a minimum SDK version. Okay, let's see if it works.
Yep.
It hasn't blown up yet. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, where did it blow up before? It blew up in capped or compilation. All right, compilation. So yeah, we're about to get there now.
Compile debug Kotlin. Whoa. I like how well there's other stuff. It's
And it's just more
other resources. Yeah.
So let's just
Probably just want to do a search for the resources.
exactly. I'm just gonna basically find here in directory and just copy it. Pure YOLO.
Yeah, go for it.
I think there were some other errors. Cannot infer type for this parameter. Was that
Maybe it was because of the missing resource. I don't know.
let's see, line 57. Let's wait for the IDE to just. Okay, yeah, it must be.
Oh, it's I think the day speaker might not be. Yeah. You need to pick up some stuff from other packages, I guess.
From
if you go to the main app sources and you go to the onboarding package, there's a day speaker there. But I mean, at this point, just copy the entire thing. Composables and onboarding and UI, and you should be okay, probably.
I'm gonna do a move.
Yep.
Boom.
Let's see if it works.
Now, why did that work fast? And I had like more stuff copied over than.
Because you moved multiple directories, it wasn't moving them as packages. It was just moving the directories. I think that's why.
Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's see what happens now.
Let's see if it works. Hopefully it does.
Yep.
And I like this is feeling like, okay, so today we have to put it in our app, and we have never thought about modularizing. We've never thought about we're going to be doing screenshot testing, and now we can, so let's.
That's like, I mean, one of the things after we get 33 support that we want to prioritize. Okay, there's some more of these. This might be in the stuff that I just now moved over, or there might be more
Easter eggs.
Say it again.
This is an Easter egg where it's gonna make snow in the app when it's Christmas time.
That's awesome. Snowflake drawable. Where is that? Is that
would be in files, I guess.
Okay. So we want that.
Yeah, I forgot about that thing.
I did as well. That was a year ago.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's have Mark Ellison over, right?
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and I moved all of the res drawable out of app into the library because hack is gonna hack.
Yep. We're not gonna commit this.
Yeah. Why? After all this work now.
Branch,
I mean,
branch.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a branch. It's gonna be a branch. So
You
like a
probably
never merged PR. You know, one of those PRs that stays there forever. Like, yeah, at some point later, we are gonna review a merge.
you need to do the same search and replace you did earlier, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Kind of regret not using that same name, but it's fine. I think that was it, yeah? Or was it R? from
Just
here?
R, yeah.
There you go. I'll keep that in my clipboard just in case we need it again. And this is gonna fail, right? Because it didn't have that yet. Yes, same thing. I'm hoping the fact that it only spits out that one file means that that is the only file with that problem.
Or it's just the first one that he finds.
Yeah.
It seems to me that if the files with the same problem with the files with problems are in the same module, then compilation should give you errors for all of them.
Right.
If they are across modules because they're different tasks, then it will fail one module at a time, which is annoying. But
That is annoying, yeah.
you can also do dash continue if you want, but then you're gonna stare at the screen for stuff that doesn't matter for a long time.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay. Woo. We
Ooh.
got.
It's one file.
Is it all in one file? Data store.
Yeah, most of it.
We're gonna get to this. We got it.
Yeah.
I
There might be some theming, whatever. It's probably easier to just move the entirety of the sources into. I'm not even joking.
So what is the problem here? It says 72 emit. It's not finding like
Emit?
yeah. Oh, and this also depends on pro.
Yeah. Do we want to create a new screen? It might be faster.
Up to you. I'm already down this rabbit hole.
Okay, let's go on then. Let's go on.
Well,
Come on,
so
Sebastiano.
if I move
the only way out is through, Sebastiano.
yeah, if I move the proto, then like, are we gonna have to change like wire or whatever you use for your proto?
We're just using the regular proto stuff, but yeah, you will have to move some stuff from the build .gradle.
How do you feel about that? Like, you tell me about the complexity. We're gonna go down. We keep on
I
going?
don't think it's gonna be too much.
Cool.
We
Let's
should
see.
ask Florina.
Exactly.
That's the only answer that I have for you. We should ask Florina for this.
We should ask who?
Florina, because she did it.
She did it. Okay, yeah. Oh, ask her. Should I just copy it?
Yeah.
Or move it?
Yeah, you can just move it.
I'm
I
gonna
think.
copy it. I'm gonna
Okay,
copy
sure.
it.
Okay, so at least
there was some other stuff.
the protobuffer plugin is there, right, in the new module.
No, it's not. Thank you. So we need a plugin as well. This one that needs to go whatever, yellow. So that's gonna fail. What else?
Probably the dependencies, we've copied all of them, so that should be fine. I think you might wanna change, for simplicity's sake, the root. Just change the name of the package. It's probably faster at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Just go in the Java folder and physically rename. Oh no, it's there already.
It's not that.
It's only R, right? R is taking it up from the build.gradle.
Oh, is that's right?
Yeah.
Because your namespace. That's
Yeah,
why.
they've changed it.
Okay, so this should be Sebastiano dot
bundle
dot bundle dot my library, so
Yeah.
it doesn't conflict with the other one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and now that's gonna break shit.
Yeah.
But-
I'm gonna gotcha. We want to change dot my library. Let's just put import as well to be safe. Now we want to change it to that.
.r, don't forget.
I'm just gonna put all the.
Oh
import.
right, okay.
I think it'll just be the R ones anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, and now what? This might have to move to my library.
Yeah.
Because we just put Proto under there. Or, right? Is Proto preferences that Proto?
No, wait, it doesn't need to move to my library because it's not physically in that package.
Okay.
It needs to stay into Proto though, probably. Like you need the Proto buffer so that the Proto, yeah. And now once it builds, it should build.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to nuke this now.
Hopefully, now it works.
I think we have a couple of other type references in like, there was like the data store preferences. There was like a preferences screen.
Mm-hmm.
There was also something with typography that I.
All right, that's the theme stuff you probably want to move.
Oh, there you have themes. Yeah, we definitely.
But
have
it
to move.
should be into UI, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It should be what?
It should be into the UI package, so that should be relatively easy. Because we have moved that already.
We did move that already, yes.
So that should be fine. I hope.
Okay.
I love how many warnings we're getting from Gradle.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong.
I think viewers can really empathize with this because, like, you know, most apps, just for agility reasons, start off as like single module. Like you're just why modularize early and introduce complexity, but then when that day finally comes, all right,
paying the price.
Yeah.
Paying
exactly.
the price.
At some point, you have to, right?
We interrupt this paparazzi session to show you how to refactor rig. All right, so
that's just .my library, I think.
yeah. Okay, so where can I? Maybe I should do the same thing that I did before.
Yeah.
Where anything that says this.
Yeah, just with
say
our yeah.
If I am in that that folder. Yep, cool. Replace all. Only has that probably the same text as before. Do another round.
Let's see.
Yeah, so we are hacking the shit out of it. Kids at home.
Yeah, exactly. This is like,
well, so,
hello,
I mean,
this is Jackass.
I do see some things like, for example, like, you know, separation of concerns, maybe DI and views could be extracted into presenters and like all that stuff. And that's natural, right? Like, again, this is a small app that was just a side project. No one's thinking about like writing the 100% perfect way because you're really focusing on just setting up your
yeah,
project.
and there's
what is this?
just the oh yeah, there must be some. Wait, why the fuck is it there? It's gonna be just a symbol.
Okay, another thing we copy over. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a main activity.
Why was it there? God
right.
damn it. I was just going to say there are some choices in the code base that I would not recommend doing.
Okay, that's fine.
That's one of them, probably.
We're getting at the point where we're moving everything into that, which is fine. We could move like, but then I see like dagger stuff and hilt stuff. So like, do you want me to just do you want me to just move?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, cool. You don't probably need to move glance, but it doesn't matter at this point. Move everything and let's live our fullest lives in the now modularized application.
YOLO. Well, we're doing multiple folders, so hopefully.
Whoa! Should be fine.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
This reminds me when I worked on a project with PY where we were working on making Square Register into an SDK. And what, you know, to his credit, we had different approaches at first where I wanted to like pull little pieces out, but in order to get to market quicker, he had the bright ideas. Let's just ship the entire app in an SDK, and you put like an API surface, and then we could pull it out afterward, but we've already shipped it. I think him and I would all agree that while it was painful, it was the right move.
It's
and so
probably you can also you can also have like release notes for version 2 of now the library is 80% smaller.
100%. I don't know how to figure out that area yet, but I don't need to worry about that yet. I'm just gonna also go ahead
Yep,
and move all
sounds
your.
like a good approach. I mean, in the context of we are really, really YOLOing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Again, for anyone looking at home, ignore this part.
Don't try this at home, but if you like the t-shirt, you can find it on the store.
Oh, look at him.
Link in the description, by the way.
Did I copy instead of, let's see, interbold, so that shouldn't be here anymore, right? Because I just moved it out of here. Did I have conflicts? Like, why didn't I just...
I think you need values moved, probably, still.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just doing a quick sanity check here. Okay. And then for these, I'm just gonna copy... wait, didn't these move? Let me move that first.
Yep.
Hit enter.
Would be control or command enter, I never remember.
No worries. That's done. And now... Sure. I don't know why I copied instead of move, but I just like to doing things inefficiently. All right.
Cool. Now everything should work.
Okay, so what's changed in this now? Everything now needs to be library? Is that what that's going to be?
No. That is in the activity we said, right?
Yeah, so why isn't that working now?
I have no idea. Maybe it's just not ready for the big change yet.
Yep. Delegate property.
That should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's only going to be R that's going to change because otherwise we kept the package.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Only R should have changed, and we will need to do the search and replace again, probably, since we've moved everything. There's going to be some...
20 minutes into the 30?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't think we had budgeted to do an entire remodularization into the 30 minutes. So I think we're fine even if we go a few minutes over.
No,
I would argue.
This is okay. No, this is because we are missing the requirements for integrating the library. So
I like even how everything is becoming a requirement now.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting old. I need to move into management soon. So that's you need to think about.
Ooh, spam! Yay.
Oh, spam! Can you drop the hammer, please?
Sure thing. I need to figure out where it is. Okay. How the fuck do I do it? Suspicious user. Bye. Block. And report. Spam.
I'm waiting for a chat to be updated as a result of this, but I don't know if that's how that works. Okay, types got resolved in this activity. That's great.
Nice. Okay.
Application module. Wow, this is a big one.
Oh,
okay.
Look at that. Look at
we should have
that.
done this to begin with. Why are we trying to be smart when we can just YOLO? All right.
I like the fact that we are also reducing the size of the app module. That's also performance.
Yeah.
This goes straight to the changelog. What's new on the Play Store, right?
Performance
app module is very small now.
Sauce around. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So this looks better. Schema export directory is not provided. All right. I don't know room stuff. We use a different.
But that's a warning. It should be
fine.
No, there's two errors.
No, it's an error. Okay. To generate out of migration.
I probably needed to copy. Sorry, I didn't let you read that. But I think I just need to copy some Gradle config again. So
Yeah, probably just that.
can you just point me in the right direction? In case I'm not...
Should yeah.
This looks like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom. That was easy.
Yeah.
My eco just restarted updating. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I mean, what if using yeah, sure. Do whatever you want, Amazon.
Cool.
Jesus.
Okay, so
I
now
like
that
this.
I like
Like
that we
this.
can claim that now Bundle is a modular app, technically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I never said how many modules.
Okay, to JSON. Where's that stored?
Would that be?
I just need to. I'm assuming I just copy.
Right.
this
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah. Copy paste it. That's
Boom.
fine.
Copy everything. Move the directory.
You. Did you already? Yeah, it's already there. Oh,
Yeah.
it created it. Just nuke it. Fuck it. You don't need 3. Just delete it.
I just delete all.
Yeah, you don't need it. Because it was saying, oh yeah, I need a new one. No, you don't.
Do I need 1, 2, and 3?
You need whatever is in the schemas stuff. That should be fine.
Okay, I just did an accidental
Yep.
move. Delete that because whatever. Cool.
Hopefully.
Now we are getting close, man. I feel it.
I mean, the number of warnings from Gradle is not going down,
okay.
but that stuff I don't care about.
But that
means we're
that's
making
no word.
progress, fellas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know,
You're
I don't care. Warnings are okay.
I mean,
Warning are okay.
I don't know the reason for this, but like
I
resolving
have
your
no
configuration.
idea.
Yeah.
You know what we should ask to?
Florina?
Should bring Florina back.
I think I need to find who works on the protobuf plugin for Gradle and
Fair enough.
ask them what's going on.
We have a problem. We are almost unresolved reference, so that's
it's
like
more,
an import or something.
It's more resources stuff that we need to change that we didn't before, I think.
Where's just find me the R? Where's the R?
Is there an R?
I see an R here. Let's see.
No, there isn't.
Okay,
that was the problem. There wasn't.
Oh, you know why? Because in the app module, it was the same package. So
right. Yeah. So.
Got it. Okay. So let's just.
There's something in notification item as well.
It's gonna be the same. At least it's an easy fix. This is. We still have 2 minutes for the 30 minutes. But then again, we have the extension for the modularization.
Yeah. Let's bring somebody from Square to actually create a Gradle module in our open source. I mean, yeah, we are nailing it. I mean, this is like
perfect
so much
use of time. I mean,
we are using our assets so greatly. I mean, this is like leveraging our assets so much, Sebastian. We are doing it wrong, totally wrong.
It's fine. We're chatting.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
the important part.
I'll send you my bill. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I. You know, luckily we don't have CashApp in Europe, so you can't actually just beam me the money or like just request the money.
Oh, but did you know that actually there is CashApp in Europe, in the UK?
Bam, bam, bam. So are you allowed to say this, or we need to cut out this part from the VOD?
No,
just say. I'm just asking.
I'm not sharing anything. Like we've launched for years. There is a UK product.
You need to put my library before build config.
I need to put it before?
No. It's in the build config is red because it also needs the my library bit.
Got it. Thank you.
No worries. Now I can send you the bill.
Wow, this thing is getting expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, if they cancel out, we don't need to pay each other, right?
Fair enough.
Maybe I'll
Buy me a beer, I buy you a beer. whatever it is.
Exactly. I was gonna say we can settle it with beers. I just placed a big craft beers order that I'm expecting to get any day now. So
Nice.
Fancy.
yeah.
Do you have also the how is called spillatore?
No, I don't have the tap. It's like
The-
cans and
90% modularization, 10% paparazzi.
It's
Fast.
it's
that's life,
happening.
Mark.
We're
that's
missing
life.
one.
When
one,
you you
another
need to do
important-
something and it takes like an hour to get to do the thing, and then it takes 1 minute to actually do the thing.
Yeah, you know the bulb, right? The light bulb where you to change the light bulb, you need to renovate the whole house, right? But it. Oh, here you go.
I think it's the build config is still probably picking up the wrong one.
Yeah.
Or is it? Oh no,
Or we
you
are
haven't
not-
specified the.
There's some, do you have like custom
Yeah, probably it's in the
No?
Gradle file.
No, we don't have any custom build config fields. That's just the normal stuff. Is it because it's a library that you don't have those?
Do we need it? I mean,
possibly.
let's think about that. What's that? What's that version? Do we need it? Can you just throw something there?
Yeah,
Up
let's
Yeah.
do.
version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
So
you
what are the types? Are these just two ints or
Yeah,
first
just
name is gonna be probably a string? so I'm
yeah,
gonna-
just
Yeah.
do paparazzi and
Put
paparazzi
something
is
like-
fine.
Yeah, paparazzi.
Yak shaving
Version.
episode. Yeah, Maya. That's actually the exact thing that I was thinking. It's like, yeah. Oh, let's write a test. 2 hours later.
But then, like, it would be yak shaving if we were, like, discussing some useless thing. We're just copy pasting shit, actually.
Uh-huh.
Not even
enough.
discussing the minutiae or something. We're just like,
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna make it work, man. We're gonna make it work.
we know what we need to do, right? We are
If we
also
can
doing
do this
it.
in
It's
half
just-
an hour or an hour, folks, why can't you do it in your app? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's it's gonna be a chapter in the YouTube description where people are just gonna jump 1 hour, skip the first hour.
Oh shit! Now I'm gonna call bankruptcy on what is this? This sounds like KSPR stuff.
Wait.
Wait, error doing IR lowering?
That seems like a weird...
Can we clean build?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, that seemed like a weird.
Just say I know that my input is valuable when that's just
Yeah,
suggesting
so-
to kill it with fire.
Yeah, so what I do because clean build is too slow.
Boom.
Gradle tricks, folks. If the clean test takes too long, use your POSIX file operations.
Come on.
Adam is trolling hard.
Yes. Yes, actually that's legit. Yeah, the episode is gonna end with he's gonna come back for another episode. Yeah, because we didn't have time to do the stuff. Yep. Come on.
What I think is gonna happen is you're gonna do some post production where you cut out the hour of modularization.
It's gonna be a
ship
YouTube short. I mean, we can post it on TikTok. It's gonna be like 60 seconds. The whole thing. Integrate the library. This is how you write a test. Boom.
Yeah. Oh god.
Come on.
This is fun. All right. Yikes.
This
Same
looks
error.
this
I could
looks
also do it for the app one.
interesting.
I don't. This is long. Let's see. It seems like it's only. Let me just make sure. Is it only that file? Or is it like all the files? Yeah, it's only this file. So hopefully, it's something that we. All right, and this is the same file they were just in.
There's a red something in the mid. So what's red now?
Sounds like an API thing. Yeah.
Do we
Okay.
wait. Did we not copy the desugaring thing?
We did not. Is that why? Okay.
Yeah, that would be why.
Okay.
That explains the explosion, maybe.
Okay.
So for any junior developer in the chat and
This
on
is
watching us
fine.
on YouTube, this is how it works. Okay, so this is your life now. So if you were thinking, oh, the more I move on with my career and shit gets easier, no, this is how it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Things
one.
things don't get easier. You just solve problems faster and then take on larger problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what 30 plus years of combined experience will get you.
Yeah. No, I always say, and when you're 20, you're a junior. When you're 30, you are a senior. When you are 40, you hate computer science so much, that you just want to go gardening. Come on, what's going on here?
All right, Sebastian, man? What project? What is this? What's going on?
I have no idea, man. I've never seen this before in my life.
But where is the error? So
is it still the same problem?
Main screen.
It's still the same one. I can't.
Is it still red in the file?
Well, all right. So the bottom of the stack, right? The root cause is because can't find compose runtime effects. Did I not copy over a dependency that I should have?
Should be there. Is there? There isn't a compose plugin, is there? No, there isn't.
Whoa. Hello, everyone. Nope, not that either. All right, let's just show every other window. Why would... Yeah.
Can you take out the implementation stuff at the top that I don't want that? Maybe it's conflicting for some reason.
Yeah, that's fair. We do want this because we're not...
Yeah, that should be fine.
But otherwise, I believe this is a straight up copy of...
Yeah, should be fine.
Everything. So
yeah, except JUnit Jupyter, which you don't need.
And also instead of... Well, we don't need this. Dummy JSON. Do we need this?
No, don't worry.
Do we need this? Android test util? No. Shot, protobuf.
Just to compile, you shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. I just want to do a quick audit just so that services, no. No. Detect, no. Kotlin source test stuff?
Try. It shouldn't make a difference. Did you copy the Java, the Kotlin options stuff? Yes, you did.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the JVM target.
It might have been automatically generated.
Okay.
To be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna copy that. We're gonna need compose.
But can we?
Oh, maybe we don't have the
SDKs 26 on everywhere. Just saying.
Yeah, we never enabled compose, so that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that would have been a problem. So let's just do that now.
Anywhere, yes, fine.
Lints, we don't care about. Compile options. We
just,
need to.
Yeah, is core library the sugaring enabled? Yes, that was.
So it wasn't just setting the dependency. We had to actually enable. That's cool. We're gonna probably need hilt.
But also the error is also guiding you through the solution.
Yes, by shouting ah.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly how they imagined. That this is like a developer experience kind of thing. The whole ergonomics of using this kind of software. Come on, man. Come
on.
I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this.
I mean, at this point, we've literally moved everything. So.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
it worked before.
Like the only thing that's left are like the static analyzers, like detect,
which shouldn't be a problem.
We're like, we don't want that YOLO. So
yeah,
I mean, we're fine.
We don't like being yelled at more than necessary.
Yeah.
And in this case, they would have very good reasons to yell at us, but.
You're overthinking it.
Am I though?
But we never started the project with, oh yeah, this is a quality software podcast or Twitch stream. No. So
it's transforming debug classes That
this is-
technically
this is-
means it did do the compile.
It's happening. It's happening, man. It's happening.
Yep, it's in the unit test phase. Ooh, that's the paparazzi library. Okay, cool.
Boom, boom. That was easy.
Don't get excited yet. Don't get.
I mean,
Come on, man.
a different
90%.
error. A
All right, we're in
different
the unit
error.
test. We're doing unit test compilation, which means we did like the source set compilations. Yes, achievement unlocked. There's going to be Hilton unit test. Yeah, this is paparazzi stuff. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
cool. In the meantime, let's go back to that.
By the
Remember
way,
that test that we wrote.
oh yeah, we did that.
So, Mark, I actually, yes, I agree with you. Probably yes. Probably yes.
Yes.
Probably yes.
Mark, in retrospect, that makes 100% sense.
Yes.
If only we
Not
had
too
thought of
often.
that before.
So that's yeah.
Because worst case
Yeah.
scenario, we would have had like things like Target SDK or app specific stuff that
Yep.
we just would have had to rename. And yes, but
Yeah.
So taking notes for part 2.
This is- yeah. So this is the importance of designing up front this kind of stuff with more people in the meeting.
Yeah, I think at the very least we have proved that modularizing your app is always a good idea.
Yeah.
and we also proved that we're fearless to take on any.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
The amount of fucks given,
It's close to zero. Oh.
like it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's
but
Wednesday. It's midweek. We're providing entertainment value. Hopefully, sorry for anyone who. Well, all right.
I mean,
Oh,
Oh, come on. What is it? Hilt? Come on.
I don't know. How do I figure this out? I don't know. Hill.
Wait. This class
What was
must-
it?
Whatever.
You want to see that, Eric? Cool.
Hilt Android app base class must extend application found bundle application. What the fuck? Can you open the bundle application? Not the Hilt _, just bundle application.
But no. Oh, got it.
Because that's generated.
Okay.
Okay, it does have the Hilt Android app annotation, so that's fine.
Also extends.
Can extend application? It does. Fuck you, Hilt.
Clean
Did I not
it.
copy over some Hill config, right?
I think you did.
I did. Did I not include a Hilt annotation plugin? All right. So,
Maybe.
so is that an app?
Oh, I think you probably at this point want to copy all of them, because everything is in the library module at this point.
All right. So like definitely this. I think everything beneath it, but I already have that here, right? So let's see. That we don't want because it's a library. This we have. That we have. This we have. This we have. This we have.
Yep.
And Crashlytics, do we? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, should be there, I think.
Okay. So what else?
Hugo's asking, what about the Gradle plugin plus dependencies? Yeah, I think the dependencies should be
we
there.
did all already. Yeah.
The dependencies are there.
Yeah. So I don't know why Hilt. This is at Android.
Clean it. Come on. Clean the build.
It's KAPT stuff getting stuck, probably.
Yeah, this is generated stuff. You will never.
Yeah.
So we wanna. So you say you want to clean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a clean build or something like a bit more brutal than your remove folder.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm that optimistic. That's the problem. But let's try it. It does not
Oh,
hurt.
come on.
Space extend.
Yeah, that's like it's saying that the Hilt Android app, which we have, which is in the right place. Yes.
Is it in the app module? Is still
No,
in the
no.
app module?
I was gonna say. So this is in a.
It's correct.
Oh,
it should extend application.
I have
as well.
I have a funny question. Do we not have app depend on my library as a dependency?
Oh.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and let's just say API.
Oh, can you also check if in the manifest we are calling the application from the right package? It
Oh
should be
right,
probably- we have a
It's the same
name.
package. It's the same package.
Okay, so it shouldn't, because in that case it will probably crash
I
even
think it's
before, right?
this. I think it just
Oh,
didn't have a dependency.
Go for it.
On,
I mean, I like the fact that that we are entertaining people with the struggle. This is the best for me.
We
But this is what
offer.
we do. I mean, I keep saying it when I do conferences. So we have chats with my student. This is how the job is. I mean, I never worked with anybody that doesn't do this like the whole time. So this is it, right? This is a creative industry.
Go for it.
Yeah, so Lalata says if some new developer is considering to become a native Android dev, they should watch this video, which I agree. This is a day in the life of an Android dev. Really informative for career choice. I hope that's not like a choose something else career. I hope it's a just kind of,
Yeah.
Hey, this is a day in the life.
Yeah. I think the morale here is stuff breaks, but it's gonna be fine.
I mean, I think what I'm hearing as a side note is Paparazzi just needs to support app modules.
that was a big, strong signal.
And there's an issue open for that, right? It's the resource rewriting stuff. Again, like instead of looking to build intermediates, like the thing is, because Paparazzi runs a command line, I don't know if using IntelliJ PSI is the way to do it. If there's like a headless mode, I mean, I'm happy to be schooled if someone can help with that. But the idea is we want to do something similar where we create a graph of the resource nodes and rewrite that infrastructure. Mm-hmm. And if that works, then we support app modules. But in the meantime, we don't have that.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not complaining about this because it was.
No, for sure.
We needed the modularization to start with. So I take it as if you start with the right foot, it's easy to integrate. So that's my assumption here. If you are like thrown into mayhem because two Italians just invited you over for, let's spend 1 hour and something together, show us your work, and you end up just moving shit around in the Android studio.
Sounds like a bad bar joke. Two Italians and working together and refactor some code. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's. But again, no. It's not the library. It's just that we weren't ready to integrate it. Well, come on.
I should take this time for a quick plug. If you need someone to refactor and modularize your code within a day.
You mean copy paste all the code from the app modules to the library?
Yes.
Yeah, but Sebastiano, it's not about copy pasting. It's about knowing what to copy paste, right? It's not. It's not that you are just screwing a screw. It's you need to know what screw. Come on.
I'm running out of ideas because of health stuff. I thought it was that.
What is this? Can I see the error again? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just looking.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
This is probably.
You probably want to copy paste everything from the manifest into.
Yeah.
Because this is still in the app. Just move everything into the library.
Also the manifest, everything.
Yeah, the entirety.
Can it just reference the thing from here though?
Yeah, but it's also.
But it is
you
gonna
should be able to because there is a
merged.
dependency, right?
Yeah.
So
can you do?
It would be
implementation instead of API, just to be sure that we are bringing
API is stronger.
You definitely get more with API.
Yeah.
Like implementation will be less. I'm not saying it should be API, but I wanted to prevent any other.
It might be that the problem here is that because manifest merging happens afterwards, then it doesn't validate
No, it's
it.
not red anymore.
It's not red
Why
anymore.
It's not red
I don't know.
Anymore?
That was it. I think it was just the ID didn't sync. But where does this live? This is in my library. Why can't it find this? Right?
I think because resources need to be in the same module, probably. Because of the merging at the end of the day.
Okay, so where is that?
Smart.
Where is this being
I
used?
feel you.
App widget info. Is that also in the manifest? Okay, so how about I just move XML back?
Yep.
Okay. Manifest happy. Okay, this. Do we need an icon? Is that a required attribute?
Fuck it. Don't care. Ship
Okay.
it.
And what about
Also,
this?
the theme, I don't care. Fuck it. At this point, doesn't matter.
Oh, we might need the theme if it's used in the view. Paparazzi.
It's just done for the splash screen, I think, because it's composed after that, so it's fine. This is only for the how the fuck it's called, the system splash screen stuff. It doesn't matter.
Got it. But what about anything else in here? Like app compat daylight. I mean, we could figure that shit out. But
Just put theme.splash screen there and YOLO, or theme@compat, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Like all of it, or just
no? Just leave it there in the manifest. You can just change the theme to upcompat, whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Theme@compat day night. Sure, that works.
I don't know if that'll fix error. So theory, maybe it's that it was trying to do the manifest stuff and then it borked. I still don't know if like this health thing is going to be a problem.
Yeah, the only question
Actually, no,
I have.
It's not the manifest. It's not a manifest problem, and here's why. Because the manifest is in the app. We're complaining in the app.
That's why I was saying to move all the manifests to the library, because Hilt is gonna try and look up that stuff in the library project, but the manifest is in the app, which gets compiled later. So
Hilt looks in the manifest.
It needs to get the name of the application, I think. I don't know. You want to try?
Moving the manifest over?
Or just running it again? You haven't run it since we did the changes, right?
Yep. Well, let's run it again.
Let's see.
I worry about moving the manifest over of any of this debug stuff, or
no,
that seems to be there.
It would be fine.
That might not be a worry, actually. I'm just looking at
Yeah, the code stuff should be fine. The thing I'm worried about is mostly if there's anything that because it's only gonna need it at runtime anyway, so it should be fine.
Right, we're at unit test now, so I think that worked. Oh no, this is where it failed last time. Never mind. So it's failing unit test. Okay, that's one thing I didn't notice before.
Hilt Java compile debug unit test. That's what?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna try your idea. I'm slowly running out of options.
Yeah.
Was that here? No.
So yeah, alternative is we just pick up a Paparazzi sample project or something and go with that. At least we can do like a 10 minutes run through the topic.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So let's time box things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give it 5 minutes before we switch to hello world. How about that?
Yep, works for me.
So why is it having trouble finding it now?
Did you put it? Shouldn't go. Right, those things we moved, and the code should just like the activity and application should be fine. Should be. Yeah, Mark is saying either do that or just do the change application to library.
No, we're not going to do it. We'll just use sample app at that point for the purposes of time. I was curious to see how a grassroots like project with Compose would work. But this is it's starting to take a bit of time.
My code sucks.
No.
No, that's
No, I mean
Interesting.
the project was clearly not ready for this.
Yes.
I think that's the takeaway of the whole of this whole part of the stream,
Yeah,
which is fine. It's also something you don't know until you try.
100%. This possible conflicts thing is getting in the way again. What's up with that?
I have no idea, but it's processing XML.
And I noticed this when you go top down. If you move from app to library, it does this. If you go up, it seemed to be faster, probably because there were no project dependencies.
Yeah, that must be the reason.
I
Okay.
just canceled it. I'm gonna try this again. Cut,
Yeah.
paste, and just. Is there a way to like not search for references?
Yeah, that should be. Otherwise, you can use the
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut. Cut,
and paste.
paste. Really? Again? I guess it detected a move.
Right. Yeah, I did. You can do it from. I would do it from the Finder. Honestly.
I'll do a copy. How about that? And then
Yeah. Shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can just do delete.
Yeah.
That was faster.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it needs to. I think it just needs to build. Or
Yeah.
oh no, because you changed the right. It needs to do that because the namespace for the module is dot my library. Okay, I was thinking why.
I probably need to delete this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it shouldn't matter.
Actually, no, it needs a
No, yeah, it needs it because otherwise it blows up. You probably just want to take everything out from inside, though.
Yeah, agreed.
Because at the end of the day, you just want it to be merged, and it should be fine.
Merge everything from outside into the inside.
I've never done it. I don't even know if it's actually going to be working.
It should work.
Should be fine.
Wait, did this really fail with the same thing? Why is this not finding?
It might just be Studio being a bit confused about life.
Okay, so this is. I'm just gonna double check, make sure that works. This is a hilt thing, man. I don't know hilt. Do we need hilt? Is there any way we can hack around hilt?
Not right now. Not on a pinch. Because that would be the same as saying, can we just not have dagger? I mean, you can technically do it, but then you need to go and change everything where it's used.
I don't want to.
We have 40 seconds.
40 seconds?
40 seconds, 30 seconds to decide and to switch to fix this or switch to
Oh, wow,
lower.
that was 10 minutes already? Wow, that one
It was 5 minutes.
5
so
minutes.
the time
5
box
minutes.
was
Oh,
5 minutes.
got it.
So
yeah, I don't know how to fix the tilt error. Sorry.
We can invite Manuel over, Sebastiano, and he can fix the health problem.
Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure that's the that's the actual problem.
Okay, so
Plan B. Execute Plan B. I need a big button like that I have on the background. It's like Plan B in case of emergency break glass, and then I start bleeding or something.
Escalated quickly.
I mean that was bound to happen.
Hold on. Fix recycle view. This is a thing that's basically blocking
Okay. The update.
some Paparazzi stuff at the moment. Cool. Make sure we are on latest. Cool. I do know my password. Cool. I was like, was I fired for not doing this? Fixing hill? Cool. All right, so we have a sample. let's just do that. So what we do there is Gradle, sample, record Paparazzi. Also, for like people who don't know Gradle stuff, like you could just put the camel case version of the task in case you don't want to type all that. And,
Saves you from typos.
Yeah. And Gradle will check if there are two tasks that have like the same prefix. It'll say can't ambiguously do it. So like, for example, there was a review paparazzi debug. And so R would be a common prefix. You could do REVPD. So as long as it's the segments that are unique.
But you renamed it, I think, to get the better shortcut, or?
No, I'm simply saying like it was more like a Gradle tip. Like you can use that thing, and then if there was another task, let's say you put in another plugin that had RPD, you could put
okay.
Put
Got
a few more characters to disambiguate, and then it'll work. Okay, so what am I doing? There's a sample app. There's some. Could probably write some better samples, but at the meantime, this is stuff that I've presented at previous DroidCon talks. Is Google's test parameter injector is a very handy library. It like kind of replaces what Square had in a burst library with more features. We really love the test parameter injector library. So it allows us to, for example, if you're using legacy view states, different themes, or different device configs, these should probably be updated to something more modern. And then it'll automatically run the same test, but for different permutations of ideas. And then also amounts if we wanted to show different dollar signs. Right now we're working on internationalization in the app. And so things like dates and money and all that are being reconsidered, locales as well. This is, again, just a regular XML version of that, same here. And then something more interesting is an attempt at Compose. Where we have a sample app, and that's where we're gonna it finished. And so what you should see is in your snapshot folder, all these snapshots were recorded
nice.
as a result of the test. Different landscapes depending on the test, different orientations, I should say. And then this was the keypad test, and then finally this was the compose test. And so we just highlight the compose test because that'll be more relevant to the using Android dev process. We have our composable, like I wrote it inline in the test module, but obviously this would probably be in your main source set and referenced in your test. Really, you would just write this. And so what I was attempting to accomplish with the bundle one is that like it was basically this, and then you had some defaults, event handler params, right? Otherwise, this test looks the same. You can configure Paparazzi to do some other things, right? Like, for example, if it's SDK 33, which, like I said, until a few hours, days, hopefully, we don't support, you would want to do, there's a workaround, which unfortunately I don't have top of mind, but I'll quickly copy from like an issue tracker, where you can downgrade Paparazzi to use API 32. Let me see if I can find that quick. That's going to be quicker than refactoring the entire app. There we go. Thanks to the community. And so what we do is something like this. We, by default, Paparazzi for environment runs detect environment, and detect environment, gets everything in the right place for Paparazzi. So what we're saying is, hey, we still want to detect the environment, but we want to override two parts, specifically the compile SDK version and the platform dir, because they're kind of tightly coupled. We could infer maybe one from the other, but at the moment we explicitly provide both. And so now Paparazzi, even if your app runs in compile SDK 33, but Paparazzi doesn't currently support it, you can backport your Paparazzi test to 32 and at least get some snapshot tests for the moment. So it's a workaround that's worth noting. But again, this should hopefully last only a day or two, like by end of week.
Nice.
Yeah.
One question we had in the chat, but we have the slide before question. Maybe we'll have some time to go through them. But good question was, how do we know if a test passes? I guess what are the golden screenshots to look at.
Yep, 100%. So right now what I did was I ran the record task. Let's say now I don't have to actually commit it, but like whatever. Now this would be in your source control, hopefully using git LFS because it's, a large binary object. And then later on, you make a change to the composable. All right, here it was. And let's just delete those two things, right? Record won't help you here because record is just going to say, take what I have as the definite source of truth. But if I do verify now, so hopefully that shouldn't take too long.
But yeah, while that builds, it seems like what you do is you write your test, you run record, and those are the golden reference points, and then you run verify when you're actually developing or changing stuff.
You would run verify. Really, verify runs on CI.
Yeah.
There's like there's a development mode that we use to show like the incremental development. Once you feel comfortable with it, you run record, and then really CI runs verify. I mean, you could run it yourself, but like you have an idea of what the state of the test is. And so right here we have an assertion. We say that the images differ by 0.8. This is a bit of a naive algorithm. It's kind of a pixel percentage thing. We need to rewrite that. But really here, this delta is what's helpful. If you click on that, you'll see basically your expected, your actual, and then like a blurred diff of the two.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll say that we currently bias this to be, I think, 99.9% pixel perfect. And the reason why it's not 100% is because there are some weird, if you look down at the navigation or the status bars, there are some weird anti-aliasing effects that we've noticed. It mostly comes up on, you're probably developing on a Mac M1 at this point, maybe a Mac Intel machine, and you're committing the snapshot on that from that OS. So whatever the image encoder is on that platform. But then you might be running your CI on, say, like Ubuntu Linux or some flavor of POSIX system, or maybe even Windows. And for some reason, the hardware renderer class, the thing that's responsible for rendering this portion, there's like, I don't know, 7 to 9 red pixels, not 7 to 9 different pixels on a pure RGB color value that differ. So it's annoying. We bias it right now to 0.01% difference, which is not without its set of flaws. Like, for example, if you do change a small icon difference, like technically Paparazzi might not catch that at the moment. And so we're looking to fix that as well.
But it's also the kind of change that probably people wouldn't notice either.
Yes and no. It really depends on the eye. Your designer may notice that something's just like if you, for example, it's margin or padding, your designer will probably catch it because they're looking for such precision.
Yeah, of course. Was talking more about general users might probably not notice if there are like a handful of different pixels. It's probably fine in terms of usability in the sense that it's not changing fundamentally how everything works or looks, but there will be some inconsistency that will stand out to people that are trained to notice them.
Yep. Yeah, and so like we have internally a snapshot browser that shows us our catalog of all our screens. So it's kind of nice, for example, to see like if we onboard a new engineer and someone wants to know the current state of like, you could clone the project, look at the code, maybe run the snapshot yourself, but it's nice to kind of have these golden images now referenceable somewhere so that they can quickly see what the state of a screen is, assuming that like the snapshots were updated in the tests. But yeah, we're hoping to maybe move that into open source. We have a couple of things coming in the pipeline. We're hoping to do the IntelliJ plugin, but now there's a community thing. Maybe we'll take a look at it, see if maybe we can try to upstream it, maybe let it, if the maintainers, and then continue pivoting on that. We want to do something with KSP where we can generate tests from previews. We have a colleague that's already done a significant portion of work on that. Like, think of like the showcase / preview stuff. we're trying to work out some kinks there because like preview, for example, doesn't run in your test source set. It runs in your main source set and relies on like R8 to strip it out. So we're figuring out some details there, but that's a nice feature we're hoping to release soon. And then finally, widget snapshots. So right now, Paparazzi defaults to like full screen mode, and so if you're rendering either a full screen or a button, you're still gonna render the full device config, and you can do things like hide the status bar, and you can coerce your canvas to fit the size of a widget. But right now, it's not like API friendly, and we want to fix that, right? Because you want to be able to say like, think of like Figma, how your designers might have like a design catalog of all widgets in your app. It'd be nice to have snapshots that represent that and not have it be cluttered by like a gray background, a status bar, navigation bar, like all that's just visual noise. And we're aware of that. It just wasn't like the priority at the time. We're trying to figure out what features we look at. Other things down the pipeline, I mentioned this in my Joy-Con NYC talk. We want to pull Paparazzi to not just be a JUnit rule. It's really kind of like a real-time renderer. So we could make it like a desktop Jetpack Compose app that allows you to do business-specific renderings of server-side logic. For example, Jesse Wilson and Jake Warren and Joy-Con NYC talked about that project, Redwood and Zipline and all the things behind that. And so it'd be nice for server engineers or even designers to not have to download Android Studio, install ADB and emulators, deploy the app just so they can see the screen, like similar to Paparazzi being able to render screenshots. It should be able to render some idea of a rendering from some server-side driven logic. And so that's kind of like going to be very business implementation specific. I don't know if we would open source that because it'll be very coupled to CashApp primitives. But the idea to like rip out Paparazzi from just being a JUnit rule to something that's like an SDK is pretty awesome as an idea. It's almost like taking Android Studio's layout inspector and just moving it out of the IDE and making its own bundled app, which if Google chooses to do so, that would also be welcome. But it's not, so we could maybe try to kind of do that as well.
I have a question about automation from a lazy person point of view. So what are the plans, or would it make sense to have some sort of crawler that takes screenshots of the whole app? So how would you approach something like that? Because this is very specific, right? I give you the composable and you run the build and you take a snapshot, a screenshot.
You're almost like talking like Espresso Desk combined with Monkey Runner.
Yeah, because I use AppCrawler a lot. So, Firebase, Test Lab, and that kind of stuff. So I like the idea of having some sort of crawler that gives me, a navigation tree, because at that point I can also show, the new people that joins the team. They have an idea how every screen branches to other screens, and it would be nice to just fire something like that screenshot, or for at least the initial phase with the record, like golden images, that screenshots the shit out of an app.
So I can spike a theoretical example of that. I think we've not only talked internally, but I think someone filed an issue on GitHub saying, could we potentially make Paparazzi into something that replaces Espresso completely? It's very interesting, it's very lucrative, but remember that one runs on a JVM, and Espresso by necessity is packaged into an APK. And so bundling layout lib and deploying it into your APK when you have the Android platform stuff there is probably not a road we'd want to go down. However, we have considered, and this is more CashApp specific, I think a colleague, Benoit Kenodon at Joy-Con NYC, and some others talked about how CashApp does architecture. We have this internal library called Broadway, which, although we haven't open sourced it, you can think of it as similar to like Slack's Circuit open source library, where it's like presenter view modularization. And so why do I talk about that? Well, basically, if you can like extract the state machine, the navigation state machine of your app to not be Android specific, but to be something JVM specific, well, then now in a JVM unit test, you can also like transition states in that navigation app graph. And then once you accomplish that, now the end result of navigating to a new thing would be the rendering of a view. And so that latter part is what Paparazzi does today. It renders a view. But to accomplish that next step where you're doing things like for example, Paparazzi doesn't really easily do screen transition and spinners from screen A to screen B. Like we fake it by like maybe sending a view model to a screen that now has a spinner rendering where basically we're toggling visibilities and stuff like that. Like we could do it that way, but if we wanted to like do it in a more pure app navigation style, the architecture would have to befit it. Or we'd have to have Paparazzi like be packaged in the APK. I don't think that latter one is something we're gonna do. But it's lucrative because then if we can like either have if like all Android devs could like use a navigation framework that is purely JVM specific, and like you could think of like Kotlin multi-platform, it compiles down to Android, could be used on iOS, could be shareable with the web, right, for different things. You know, maybe Redwood or Treehouse will eventually do something like this. But once that's happening, now that you have the navigation app graph, now you can crawl the app graph. So first you have to extract the graph, then you can traverse it like any other graph algorithm. And so that would probably be how I would spike the roadmap to accomplish something like you're asking for. But that it's not easy, but it'd be a cool Hack Week project if someone could try that in a small sample app. Maybe Bundle wants to be the change here.
The change you want to see, right? I mean, have you seen the code base, man? Have you seen what happens when we try to do things?
Now we almost have modules, so that's okay.
We almost have module. I think singular would be more appropriate here.
Yeah, and also almost.
Almost, yeah. So
okay, I think
we have to wrap up in 4 minutes. If John, there's a question in the slide. If you want to answer to that in a minute, from a process perspective, when an updated UI component invalidates several golden screenshots, how should we update the new golden screenshots ideally?
Yeah, so which is going to happen. Like if you update a widget and that widget is on 100 screens, you're going to update 100 screenshots. And the whole idea is that it surfaces that to you. And for example, maybe not a button is a good example, but anything that has multiple lines, so like line wrapping, accessibility mode, will set the font scale to be 2 or 3x the size to make sure that the entire screen scales accordingly. Like a very common one is like if we have word wrapping with like an icon, like does the icon now disappear off screen? Does the text properly ellipse size? Stuff like that. Another feature actually I forgot to mention is there's a couple of people now working on accessibility validation. We took a first stab at it using something called an accessibility extension. And we use it internally, but there's 2 other colleagues who are looking into something that's baked into Layout Inspector already, or Layout Lib. It's called, I think it's called Accessibility Validator. Like there's something that validates your view hierarchy. So we're going to dig into that as well and just leverage what comes with the tool. So it'd be nice if Paparazzi can now not just fail because your pixels are off, but also you forgot to put a content description or something like that. But to answer the original question, if you do update a widget, then you're updating a bunch of snapshots. If you took nested snapshots, like, we often take like the button or text view, then we might have, say, a row item for like a lazy column or like a recycler view to represent that row. And then we'll also take a snapshot of the entire screen. And so technically a widget in that row could be on 3 different snapshots, isolated in the row item and the full screen. And that's fine. It really depends on how you want to do your test. Some people want to just do it on the component level. Some people want it all the way to see like essentially like integration snapshot testing. Like it looks good on its own, but how does it look in the bigger picture? And so that's what will happen. You'll update all those tests. There was also another question. Is it worth getting your designer to approve your golden images? Yes, we've started to do that. Previous to Layout Lib becoming native, and what that means is like it used to be pure JVM. It used to use Java like buffered image, and so there was weird aliasing effects with font metrics. Fonts weren't being rendered, and so we didn't show our designers then because they would understandably say the line height is off, or the basically line height or interletter widths are off. But now when it went native and therefore we were getting better font renderings, we have started to. And so now designers kind of appreciate, like sometimes we still have to caveat certain things like, oh, we toggled out this thing and basically explain to the designer why not everything is a full screen mode. But now including designers in the conversation is great. Like we'll tag the designer on a PR. They'll probably not look at the code portion of the PR. They'll just scroll to the screenshots and go, okay, this looks all right. Or, hey, I had a question about this. And catching those bugs early is a huge value add for us, as opposed to committing the code, waiting for branch cut, having the release team, QA team go through it, and then designers playing it at like a testing part and then saying oh, but this is off. Like we can, just like developers use unit tests to get feedback quickly on as they write code, we found it very helpful to include designers in the process.
Cool. I think we're really out of time. I'm sad we didn't get to do as much, but there's always part 2 if you want. But next time we'll be ready.
I feel like I'm gonna, as soon as I figure out this SDK 33 thing, because it's important not only for the community, it's kind of blocking my internal team as well. I won't promise, but I feel like I'm gonna try to poke around and bundle over the weekend and see if I can at least push a branch to see like what if you could help me on that hilt stuff. Like I just don't know why the annotation didn't work. I'm happy to spend like another hour trying to get that.
Absolutely. Cool. John, thank you very much for being with us and for hacking at the most unwieldy code base of the week, at least. But I think we will learn something, at least in terms of swearing inside. It's like, so close.
Modularize.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally
one takeaway.
It's literally the XKCD comic of like the number of what the fucks, per minute, something like that. I forget the exact comic, but
yeah.
We just did this in real time.
Absolutely.
Oh yes, the takeaway is don't postpone your modularization. Do not postpone it.
Yeah.
Sebastiano.
Yes. Do you wanna say bye to everyone?
I just want to say bye, but do you want to say who do we have next week?
Yes, next week we are trying again. You see the theme going on here. The live edit stream with Alan Dong and Leland from the Compose team. So hopefully Twitch won't be down when we try this time, because the last time we had the problem that Twitch was down. And we're gonna see how live edit works, what's under the hood, and I mean, if you have any questions about live edit, next Wednesday is the time to ask them. Okay, with that, thank you very much. See you all, folks. Have a great rest of the day, and bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.